Hey everyone, welcome back and happy, Monday. Okay, guys, so if you didn't join us for Hot Messy Topics, then definitely go back and be a part of the replay crew because it's always so much fun and there's always lots to discuss. Now, speaking of lots to discuss, we got to get into some ish, and there is ish to get into. Rachel goes rogue and she didn't hold back. So before we jump in, you know how this works. If you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's jump right in.
Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it. Cause no one can do it like we do it, like we do it, like we do it.
Okay, so really quick before we get into Rachel Goes Rogue, I'm going to go rogue and let you guys know about my skincare. If you guys haven't checked out Blue Mean, then definitely go check her out because she is the best thing that's ever happened to me, especially for my skin and traveling and inflammation and just sometimes my skin doesn't love me. But with Blue Mean, it uses these little microcurrents. You gently rub it up and down your face. There's different settings, but when you do, it lifts, it illuminates, rejuvenates, it takes out all of the inflammation, especially when traveling. That is my favorite part. Normally, she's about $150, but with the link in the description and also pinned in the comment section, you automatically get $70 off. So you're welcome. But also, if you don't absolutely love her, then they will give you 100% of your refund. But I wanted to talk about this. Rachel going rogue. Hold on. In her first episode of her podcast, and we've all been anticipating this podcast, she called it Chapter 1, and she's addressing some things. For example, do you remember this? Dave Portnoy? Yeah. Calling her a trash bag. She addressed that. Thank you to Bywig Hello Drama. Here we go.
Has anything happened negative? I'll bring up one, but we'll get to that.
What, the David Portnoy?
Yeah, we're definitely getting into that.
What's going on with that? Let's talk about it. Like, you don't know him, correct?
No, I didn't know how to pronounce his last name
You've
until.
never DM'd or anything?
No. I've heard of Barstool Sports, but I've never heard of Dave Portnoy, and it's just kind of wild how that story came out on
Explain
Thanksgiving.
to everyone what happened.
Okay, so I was in Chicago visiting my friends. These are friends that I met at my treatment center. So my recovery friends. And I guess I was spotted at a coffee shop and I took a few photos with a few people. And of course, people were speculating and people were saying, oh, well, David Portnoy was in Chicago the same weekend that Raquel was there, or Rachel. And it was Halloween weekend, you guys. Like you're thinking way too much into it. But of course, like the only rational thing is that David Portnoy and I are dating, and that's why he and his girlfriend broke up.
Yeah, and I want to read what he said because I'm
Okay.
curious how this makes you feel. He said, I can confirm I've never met that trash bag in my life, and it's wildly insulting to even be mentioned in the same sentence as her.
You know, I've learned a lot about projection, and I think he doesn't know me at all. So
That's fair.
whatever story he's made up in his mind,
I agree with her.
I don't know, just it's on him, I think.
Yeah.
And
he
also
sounds
I
like an
know
asshole.
that there's a lot of misinformation about me out there too. And I think the reason why he's so polarized to me is because he believes a lie that was put out there. So it's just a little bit quick to judge, which I mean, that's his style, right? He's a shock jock, and that's what his
Not a
fans
shock
like.
jock,
So
Annie.
yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I completely agree with her. I think that he sounded like a total douchebag. He sounds like an asshole. I didn't understand why he was saying the things that he did say. Like, you don't even put me in the same sentence as that trash bag. I never heard the term shock jock. But yeah, maybe you're a shock jock. I would have went with D-bag. D-bag, shock jock. They're both 2 syllables. So maybe it's like right up there with each other. But wait, after that, of course, as you guys know, there's more. So Rachel Leviss also said that she created a podcast to get her story out there, but she's admitting that it's scary. She says she's not cut out for reality TV, when I thought she was actually pretty good for reality TV. She said there's a lot of strategy going on. She's hesitant to come back to the entertainment industry, but her intention is to share her truth. I'm going to give you her words, not mine. Wait for this one. Here we go. Rachel goes rogue.
Is Rachel Savannah Leviss, and I have decided to create my own podcast to get my story out there. It's been a while since all of this stuff has gone down, and I've been quiet this whole time. I know what I have to say is important, and it's been a scary decision deciding to do a podcast.
No, it's not. You're going to
because
make money. You need money.
I'm really opening that door up again for all of the scrutiny and judgment. But the more I think about
Can I just ask really quick, what happened to her after season 9 when she ended the engagement with James? It's really scary. And I'm not bashing her. I think that she's a beautiful girl. I think she actually was good on reality TV. I think that sometimes, like, she was eaten alive. She was never really intentionally the villain, but I don't want to be in the limelight. I want to go help children and put my degree to work. I agree with Katie Maloney. You should have just brought your ass back to the show, because you would have made a lot more money on Vanderpump Rules. They weren't going to pay your mental health facility bills. That's what she wanted. They weren't going to give her equal pay to Tom Sandoval and Ariana Madix. Tom Sandoval even makes more than Ariana Madix. It's a tier system. There's no leverage there. It's a tier. If you're paid salary, it's a tier system. If you're paid episodically, it's a tier system based off of how many years you've been on the show. The people who come on the show the first year make like $3,000 or $5,000. They don't make shit. Nothing. Garbage. Actually, somebody said to me too, by the way, I'm so sorry about this. Somebody said in the comment section that sometimes I've been popping off a little bit too much, and I say like shit and things like that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going into 2024 still loving everyone and being kind to everyone, but also sometimes I say words like shit. Actually, I'm not sorry about that. So anyways, back to it.
it, I feel like I'm almost obligated to myself to stand up for myself. I would rather speak my truth and share my story and be ridiculed for it than just sit idly by and watch this whole season pan out and not get my story across. So that's why I'm doing this podcast. I'm here in a room with a bunch of awesome women. These are my iHeart family members who have really taken me in and shown me that it's okay to speak up and encouraging me to really step back into this spotlight. And they really believe in me. So I'm grateful to have them here with me.
This is our first episode with you, and it almost didn't happen. It was really hard yesterday figuring out, is this the right thing for you to do?
It was a tough day yesterday just because I'm trying to decide, like, is this the best decision for me? Going back to do season 10 of Vanderpump Rules was very difficult for me. And I've realized that I'm not necessarily cut out for reality TV. I don't know. Like, it just seems like there's a lot of strategy going on with reality TV, and things aren't always the way. Sorry, I'm nervous.
That's okay.
I'm very hesitant to come back to the entertainment industry. There's another world where I close the door on the entertainment industry completely and go live my life in nature and do my yoga and Pilates and really focus on my therapy and mental health. But I feel like there's also a world where I can speak my truth and I can get my story out there. And I can also be doing my therapy and Pilates and focusing on my mental health. And that's just where my priority lies right now. Yesterday, I almost pulled the plug on this whole operation just because I'm really scared. I'm really nervous. I feel like it's a lot of responsibility for me to put out a podcast every single week while Vanderpump Rules season 11 is airing every single week. I have a plan with my therapist to process what we watched on Monday's episode for Tuesday. And then I have the remaining days to come up with what I'll be talking about on my podcast. And I don't want my podcast to be like a response necessarily to what they're putting out there for season 11, because ultimately I'm not a part of it. I removed myself from that situation for a reason. My intention is just to share my truth.
Okay, hold on. Girl, your therapist and all this other, I'm just going to say really quick, I'm not buying that. And let me tell you why I'm not buying that. This feels so overly calculated, it's not even funny. And the reason that it feels overly calculated is for the simple fact that your therapist and you orchestrated this to pop up right before the Vanderpump Rules like season 11 premiere. We're not dumb. This was intentional. It's like the same thing when I drop a trailer right after a reunion, or when I drop a trailer right after the premiere of a new season of a show, and it has to do with that show. It's intentional. You're not dumb, girl. You can't play villain and victim at the same time, smart and stupid at the same time. I have never had a bad moment with Raquel Leviss, or Raquel, Rachel, whatever you want to call her. But don't act like this isn't calculated. I want to hear what your thoughts are. Go ahead, smash that like button, show some love, and we'll see you next time.